David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it seems like the reports that are leaving India and landing on Western shores are not very positive. I don't know what you're getting over there. If I look at the news, it's only Indian news. Everything's actually Indian now. My Netflix is all Indian movies. My YouTube, everything is fucking Indian. I typed in some how to edit on Premiere Pro into YouTube and I get some fucking Indian dude speaking Hindi at me. I'm like, can I at least get an Indian with an American accent? I don't know what I'm doing. I can't listen to Apu fucking explain to me in Hindi. It's fucking frustrating because I can't teach myself anything now. I'm going to have to get one of those things that tricks the computer into thinking I'm in like the US or Australia or something. I don't want to type into YouTube how to use a comma and then get some Indian dude explaining it to me with a fucking dance scene in the middle. Get rid of Apu. That's what they should have been saying earlier. Get rid of him. We can't understand what the fuck he's saying. Get him out of The Simpsons. How upside down was that shit? You've got the Liberals wanting to take out Apu, one of the only ethnic characters in The Simpsons, and then you've got the fucking racists getting angry about taking him out. But yeah, the news coming out of India mustn't be sounding very good because I've been getting a few messages. Not of concern though. People don't seem to be concerned about my fucking welfare. They just want to know facts and details. What's happening? Tell me, is it the apocalypse over there? What's going on? Some friends actually sounded like they wanted me to have COVID. Like it'd be a good story for them to tell. And I understand it. If I had a friend that was living in Wuhan when all this kicked off and I was speaking to him, I'd be like, are you all right, man? Are you all right? But in the back of my mind, I'd be like, it'd be kind of cool to be able to tell people I know someone who died of COVID-19 in Wuhan. There is a little bit of that in us all, isn't there? Or is it just me who wants to reduce someone's life into like a 4 or 5 second story to tell someone that's barely even listening? But yeah, things are fucked here. Not when you walk outside though. When you walk outside, everything's normal. Everything's fine. People are going about their day pretty much as per usual. You really wouldn't know anything's going on outside. Not that I've been outside much in the last few days. My skin is starting to turn translucent. I was already a fucking whitey, but now it's starting to get ridiculous. I don't know if I have any vitamin D in my system at all. And that's what I keep on recommending to everyone. Take vitamin D. It fights against COVID-19. I heard it from Dr. Joe Rogan. And I feel like if I got some blood work done right now, they would say I have no vitamin D at all in my system. It doesn't look healthy when you're this white. I think that's why a tan is attractive, because it sends a signal to a mate that you have sufficient vitamin D in your system. I'm going to start going outside and getting some sun. Spend half an hour in the sun. Apparently you've got to do it before midday because that's a good vitamin D sun. After that, it's all just junk sun. After 12, it's just fucking bullshit, the sun. But yeah, it is getting bad here, I think. The hospitals are all full. There's no beds. They're not letting people in, which is a little bit of a silver lining for me because I forgot my travel insurance. So even if I did get sick, I wouldn't even be able to get into a fucking hospital anyway. So I saved some dough there. It's not looking real good here. I'll give you a real life example of something that happened over the last couple of days. So one of my wife's friends, she got COVID and she said she was fucked for like 5 days. She's 34 or something. She said she was real fucked, couldn't move or anything like that. She gave it to her kid. Her kid, I don't know what happened to her kid. Her kid's fine, but her mum got it and her mum got fucked up. So they needed to find a hospital for her. They couldn't find one. Eventually they did. They got her into a hospital, but she had gone fucking downhill bad. And they needed to get her a few vials of this drug called remdesivir, and there was none. They couldn't fucking get any. The hospital had run out. But this family actually had a connection with the government, so they were in direct contact with the health minister of Delhi, like the top health minister of Delhi. He's like a family friend or something. And he pulled every single string he could, and he got them 3 vials of this shit. They needed 6, but he could only get 3. He's like, literally, I cannot do anything else. There's just nothing left. So they got the 3. It's going to be administered tomorrow, and now they've got like 3 or 4 days to get the other 3. Otherwise, it's big trouble. So what's happening here at the moment, because the government is pretty much non-existent, The facilities are pretty much non-existent. So what is actually happening is the people are starting to pull together. It's quite inspiring, to be honest with you. All over social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, people are finding help for each other. And it's working. People are looking for like plasma for particular blood types. And people are jumping on board and donating and giving blood and all this sort of shit. It's kind of been held together now by social media. It's fucking crazy. Once this is all done here, the people are going to be like, why do we even need a government? Can someone explain that to me? Because you don't do shit. All you do is steal our fucking money and go to the Maldives. That's what all the rich cunts are doing at the moment. That's what all the Bollywood actors, all the fucking mega wealthy Indians are doing. They're going to the Maldives and they're posting it on Instagram while the fucking country burns. But hopefully it wakes people up here a little bit, because whatever the fuck's going on now is unsustainable. This is going to rip through, but whoever's left is going to be fucking strong. The Indians are going to be strong after this. Like when a fire rips through a forest, what grows back is stronger, grows back hard. Maybe after this, India's going to start doing all right at the Olympics. I can feel it. I feel like what's going to happen is this is going to get pretty bad maybe for another like 5 or 6 months. And then it will just burn itself out pretty much. And whoever's left, hopefully I'm one of the people left, are just going to be immune. And then India, by the start of next year, will be one of the most open countries in the world. Just by the sheer fact that everyone who was going to die is dead. That's my prediction. But thank you for fucking no one for asking how I am. I mean, the listeners of the podcast don't need to ask. I mean, my fucking friends that don't listen to the podcast, and I know they don't listen now, and still didn't even ask me how I am. And they wonder why I ignore every single attempt they make to try and contact me. Selfish fucks. Anyway, that is it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, share it around. Maybe not with your Indian friends. Just keep it on the down low to them. But share it around with other people. And I'll see ya the fuck later.